one issue over the other. By doing so, the League remains objective and open-minded about all issues and candidates. By this degree of objectivity, the League makes the forum as open-minded and comfortable for the candidates, and we feel that we offer you, the audience, either here tonight or on cable, the opportunity to hear the candidates, which helps us all to make reach our mutual goal, which is to make democracy work in North Reading. We have taken advantage of one of the benefits of the State League of Women Voters, and we have invited a member of the State League it's Miss Karen Sheridan, who's seated to my right, who is a director of the Topsfield, Boxford, Middleton League, and she's also on the state board of the League of Women Voters. And we wanted to thank you for offering to be our moderator tonight. Mr. Bob Therese, who's on our right, editor of the North Reading Transcript, has also joined us, and he will be asking the first question of each of our panels as soon as I outline the guidelines in a moment. Let me just explain very briefly what tonight's procedure is. It's the same as we've had for other years, but due to the sheer number of candidates this year, we are going to be sticking strictly to the schedule, and with using the middle school, we have to be vacate the building by 9:45. So we will have the conclusion of all the discussion at 9:30. We will start the contested races, those that have more than one person running, with the selectmen tonight, followed by the school committee, and then the unopposed candidates for moderator, community planning, and housing. First, with selectmen, where we have 5 candidates are running for 2 3-year seats. The candidates are listed alphabetically, which we hope makes it whatever, I can't think, I'm so nervous. Thank God I'm not a candidate, right? But objective. And then Mr. Therese will be asking the candidates the first question. And each candidate, we start out alphabetically, each candidate will have 2 minutes to respond. And then at the conclusion, and in this case, the first question will be Mr. Smith. After Mr. Smith has his 2 minutes, we'll go back, and each of the candidates will then have 1 minute for rebuttal. We will then move out, and we welcome questions from the audience, so I think that if you have them, you'd want to start now, and we do have 2 members of our league who will just raise your hand. They'll come and collect them. And we will then take questions from the audience, and the questions that are selected, we feel that there probably will be about 5 questions in the 40 minutes that we'll have once we start. Each candidate will answer the same question. They'll have 2 minutes, and then we'll have a chance for rebuttal. Once we have approximately the end of the questions, or about 40 minutes, each of the candidates will then have 2-minute closing comment. And then at the conclusion of the selectmen section, we'll have a change of the guard. And we'll then seat the school committee, which is a contested race. And once they have approximately 45 minutes, the same procedure as the selectmen, we will invite the 4 candidates who are unopposed to have 2 minutes of closing comment. So have I made myself clear? All right. So Mr. Therese, if you can start us out. Thank you.
Thank you. I guess we all start with Jim and work down, if you all wouldn't mind answering the same question. This has been one heck of a year. Very difficult in terms of finances. Not much progress we can point to. And the divisions in town are greater than ever. If you're elected, what will you do to improve the board's performance and bring the town together starting May 9th?
When I'm re-elected, I will work with FUMP and other committees to move forward. Hopefully the police station question will be answered on May 8th. I will then move forward working with the committees to solve the problem, the classroom space problem. I believe that answer lies in rehabilitating and adding to the batch. As far as the divisiveness in town, because we all don't think alike, diversity of ideas is the keystone to democracy. We should be able to express our thoughts, not worry what our neighbors think about that. We should be able to go forward with our ideas, and quite frankly, it's the majority who decides on that. And we've had many instances where the majority has made their opinion known, but we still haven't moved forward. We haven't learned anything from that. Depending on May 8th, I will move forward with an alternative answer if that's what's necessary. Thank you.
Okay. Well, again, I'm running as a, on the board to get on the board of selectmen. Again, trying to really highlight the idea of dual tax rates in town as a way to unite this town. I feel a lot of people are unwilling to pass Proposition 2.5 because of the monetary impact on them. And I feel that shifting taxes will help people say yes to some of these projects that we have before us and don't go away. So that's my idea of contributing to this town and uniting it. Thank you.
Jim?
It's very true. This has been a very tough year for the town of North Reading. I think we do have to really get our act together. We have to bring all the different groups in together and start talking and listening. Especially government is mostly distrusted, and I believe that we need to get the people to talk and see what their views are. Now, we do have many problems we have to deal with financially, town construction needs, and we need to get the people to talk about it and see what way they want to go. Finances are a problem, although we have to deal with Proposition 2.5. We only have a certain amount of money that comes into the town. People make choices after that amount of revenue is divided up between the budgets. It's unfortunate that anything would ever have to go to that point where we would have to go to a override of any kind, and hopefully we won't have to. We will have to work diligently on all our budgets, the town budgets and the school budget, and we can work together. I believe that can be done. We just need to encourage people to get involved. And I'm not sure that has happened. There's been too much divisiveness, and I think that if we work in getting people involved and talking and stop dividing the town, I think we can get to where we need to be, and that's financial stability. Thank you.
The question in my own mind really comes down to an issue of leadership, whether or not the Board of Selectmen provides leadership to the community, whether or not the Board of Selectmen provide a vision for the community, and that vision then gets carried out and carried forth by all the other town boards and committees. If I'm elected, I would work to set clear and concise policy, provide guidance to the town departments as appropriate, provide guidance to the other boards and committees, create and develop a plan so that we can move forward to address these issues. We've been addressing these issues since the police station and classroom space issues since '95. I was actively involved in that process in 1995. We're still addressing those issues today. Hopefully they'll come to closure, some sort of closure on May 8th. If not, we need to continue to move forward to address them. I think that it's important that leadership really is about providing a vision. It's not about micromanagement. It's not about allowing one's personal opinion and perhaps one's own conflict to enter into the equation. It's providing objectively the facts to the community so the community can make an informed decision. I don't believe that that's been done over the last several years, and that's a part of the reason that I'm running for selectman. Bringing different groups together, resolving conflict, and addressing issues is something I do in my work every day. I run the operations group at the Federal Home Loan Bank, and one of the things I do there is to bring all the various groups in the bank together, because marketing has one agenda, IT has another agenda, et cetera. So I think I have the experience and leadership to help the community address these issues. Thank you.
And last but not least, I believe all years are tough. It's not only the past couple of years. We've had a lot of tough years. We had tough years in the 70s. We had tough years in the 80s. But I'm a firm believer there is no division in this town. There's a difference of opinions. People have a right to their own opinion. They have a right to state those opinions, and they have a right to state them when they want to state them. I believe they've stated those opinions, and I know the big controversial thing around here the last couple of years is the schools. And the school issue has come up 3 separate occasions. On 3 separate occasions that people in this community have told their opinion. The Board of Selectmen, on the other hand, have shown leadership. We've been criticized for not showing leadership, but leadership is when you follow the will of the community. The will of this community was not to build a new school at Swan Pond. The will of the community was to do something for the school problem. It was not to build the Swan Pond School. And when people realize what the people have said, I think we'll get a lot further along. I think there has to be a compromise between the school department, the school building committee, and the Board of Selectmen. You have to realize when you're on the Board of Selectmen, it's easy to be criticized. Everybody can criticize you for one thing or another, and it's easy to criticize you on this particular issue because the issue is close. Unfortunately, for the people that wanted the school, they failed. The people that didn't want the school, they succeeded. For the people that failed, continue to come back with the same plan, and the vote by the school committee has been, we will not accept anything except a new school. And that has created a real animosity situation between the Board of Selectmen and the school committee. And you have to realize the Board of Selectmen, as representatives of this community, have to carry out the wishes of the majority of the people. And I've continued to do that as Mr. Bagan has continued to do that. And I believe as long as we do that, we have shown leadership, and I will continue to do that. In the area of you cannot expect participation. You can't expect participation when a large group of people go to a town meeting and a speaker gets up and he's heckled by the community. Nobody's going to participate. We've seen that. I'm sorry, I'm done. Thank you.
We'll go to rebuttals, starting with Mr. Bagan.
Yes, as we've said, since diversity of thought is the cornerstone of democracy, we'll always have a difference of opinions. The exchange of constructive ideas helps solve challenges. We need more ideas on how to solve the challenge than voting for the same solutions time after time. Thank you.
Mr. Mounter.
Well, one thing I think you have to say about the Swan Pond School is that it is often been presented in an unfavourable fashion as part of larger projects, and so I think this time at least it's been rejected on its own. And I agree that conflict is healthy. Why can't we have a diversity of opinion? Why should it be? Why should it be so something to worry about? I certainly don't have the same opinion about dual tax rates as these gentlemen, but I feel I have a right to be here and say how I feel about them. So that's it. Thank you.
Mr. Moulton.
It's not the difference of opinion that is the problem in this town. It's the tone. I think the leadership is responsible for the tone of the town. People can have different opinions in terms of what should be done with the school, the police, the budget, every other thing that we have to deal with. It's the problem that people seem to be so angry, so resentful. They don't feel that they're getting anything for their money. And I think that is part of the leadership problem. Nothing directed at anyone specifically. It's just something that we need to resolve and get people working in the same direction. Thank you.
So as not to be misunderstood, I don't question diversity of opinion. I walk into many meetings at work with a different opinion than others in the room. Diversity of opinion is a very healthy thing. But what leadership is about bringing those diverse opinions together for the common good. And I'm a firm believer in that. And I think that we have not done a a great job of doing that. And part of the